Hi, you're welcome to my channel. And today we want to talk on a topic that will interest almost everybody that wants to move abroad. On this channel, we share information, our experiences, and ideas on traveling abroad through most of the genuine routes that you can ever think of. And those routes are most especially through work routes, through academic routes, and yeah, these two main routes are the ones we talk about here. So today I want to answer some of the questions I've been getting from our followers. Now, is it possible for one to actually get a work from Nigeria, from Ghana, from Libya, from any part of African country to work in Europe or to work in America or other countries? The answer is yes, it is very, very possible. I'm a living witness, and if I can do it, I am very certain that you can also do it. Recently, I just got a job in Finland. I have also gotten a permit from that same country. Before that, I got so many job offers from Australia and New Zealand, but the issue why I didn't go there is because of the cost. Considering the cost, some of them agreed to sponsor, some of them they agreed to sponsor, some of them requested for one document or the other, which will require me a lot of funds to get, and that is why I channeled my energy to European countries, and most especially I will kind of suggest that you apply to those countries. And what countries am I talking about? Those countries I will mention to you are the countries that are very, very easy to get their permits these days. It is very, very easy for you to get work. They are actually accepting applicants and also people who are applying for resident permit in them. What countries are those? Austria, Finland. These two countries are very, very good for now, and it's a country. Austria is a very good country. Finland is a very good country as well. You can browse more about them to get information on why you should travel to those two countries. And why we came here today is for us to share ideas on how possible it is for you to travel to this country. Is it possible? Yes. Does it take much money? No, it doesn't take much money. For me, I didn't spend much. The only thing that cost me money doing this or going through these processes is just my resident permit cost, which is around 490 euros. It is not too exorbitant compared to UK, compared to Canada, compared to other countries that you need enough fund. And the funny part of it, or the sweet part of it, is this: you don't need a proof of fund. No, you don't need a proof of fund. You don't need much document. In fact, for me, the only document that I submitted was just a work contract. You can imagine that, the work contract and my CV, my what's it called, my documents that relates to my work. That is what I submitted. Relates to my work. That is what I submitted. We want to dive into, where do you start? How do you start? There are so many of us here, we don't even know where to start. There are so many of us here, we want to travel abroad. We want to live a good life. We want to, see ourselves in Finland. We want to see ourselves in Austria. We want to see ourselves in Canada. We want to see ourselves in Switzerland, Australia, USA. But then we haven't really sat down and asked ourselves, what are the steps we're actually going to take? Though I don't blame some of us. Some of us may have gotten so many informations that they don't even know where to start from. Some confusing information from so many bloggers, from so many YouTube channels, that when you get those informations, analyzing them and streamlining them to get actual points and actions you need to take becomes so difficult. And that is why we're here today. We're here today to break it down. We're here today to tell you the steps, one step at a time, But before we dive into that, I would like to tell you this. Traveling abroad, genuinely getting all the permits needed and doing all the things you need to do to travel abroad on your own without any agent, it is not easy, but it is not impossible. It is very, very possible. I am a testimony to that. I never paid an agent 1 naira to do mine. I never paid anybody 10 kobo to do mine. I never for one day went to cybercafe and say, okay, can you type this thing for me? Can you print this document for me? Can you did this thing for me to submit my CV or make anything, or I edit my CV myself. I do everything that has to do with that job application myself. I know you won't believe it, but I can show you proof. Before I was able to get my own job, I applied to more than 3,000 jobs, and out of that 3,000 jobs, I got 99.9 rejections. These rejections wasn't really good for me, but instead of it bringing me down, it serves as a motivation for me to do more, for me to do it. Once I start, it's better to get rejection than not to do anything and start waiting for an answer. It's better you do something and get rejection. So at worst, what can happen is they will tell you, unfortunately, in my mails, what I look out for, the first mail I get from any company or any application I make, what I look out for is unfortunately. At this point, it has become part and parcel of what. So any mail I got from any employer or any recruiter, and the first thing I look at, I don't go to the first stop. I go to the middle, the second paragraph. That's where they always write it. Unfortunately, sorry. So, but once I see that, I know that I'm making effort. At least I'm making effort. Any mail I read and didn't see, unfortunately, it will now make me to start going through it and know what it's talking about. So that's how it is for me, but that's not how it's going to be for everybody. For me to have gone through this process, for me to have passed through this stress, I don't think anybody following me will pass through that stress. You don't need to make application up to 3,000. I made at least minimum 3,000, but I know I made up to 5,000, so to say, because I started in 2020. So till now, so you can see. So what I want to tell you, if you have that dream, is this: traveling abroad is a process. You need to go through the process. It is not something you jump the process, and that is why some of us, especially we Nigerians and some African countries, we like jumping the process. If you jump the process, you may not really get what you want. At times, something you get may be like what you want, but in the actual sense, it is not. Agents will deceive you. Agents are going to eat your money. Agents are going to make you look useless, and at times frustrate your life, because the money you give them are money you are supposed to use to take care of yourself, and at the end of the day you end up spending it without even getting what you needed. And we are the ones that give these agents the opportunity. For instance, in my DM, I can tell you so many people who are asking me to do this for them. They don't want to apply by themselves. They don't want to draft their CVs by themselves. They don't want to go through the process of applying and being rejected by themselves. They don't want to have the experience by themselves. They just want you to give it to them already made, and which is very, very difficult, which is not that good. If you decide and make up your mind that you actually want to, go to abroad through work route or through study route, you can do it. It's something you will do yourself. It's something you need to do yourself. And how do you go about that? Let's dive straight into it. Now, the first step you need to take if you want to get a job abroad is your resume or your CV. Yes, you can write it down. Your resume or your CV. Your CV and resume and cover letter as well is the most important tool you need. And this thing is one thing I need to tell you that you need to commit your time and effort to do. It is the most important document, nothing else. Even it is more important than your certification. Many YouTubers, many Many agents will not tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this. Your CV or resume and cover letter is more important than your certification. How? Why? I will explain that. Those people you are applying to, or you are sending your mails, your CV to, you don't know them, they don't know you. They haven't seen you for one day. They don't know what stuff you're made of. Your CV, your certification can be gotten by anybody. Anybody can have what you have as certification, you know. But that CV is the first impression they have about you. Is the first thing that draws their attention. Is the first thing that can make them to say, okay, can we just try and see who this person is? Now, when a job recruiter or when a company gets your CV, that thing is the whole of you in their hand. They can't come to your country to see you. They can't come to your room to see you. What they are seeing as you is that CV you have on your hand. They have on their hands, I mean. Now, depending on the content of the CV and how attractive the CV, how good the CV is, they will now say, okay, the CV looks good. Let's just look into it and try to know more about this person. Through that CV, they will try to find out more about you. Some of them will go as far as typing your name on LinkedIn, typing your name on some of the social media handle you are on, or maybe the job websites like Indeed, Seek. They will try to find you there. And when they find you there, they'll go through your profile. If your profile is the same, matches the same, and everything they see on CV is still the same thing they are seeing on that profile, they'll say, okay, let's try and see if we can know the stuff this person is made of, and to confirm what you have read on the CV. They'll try to contact you. Contacting you, some of them will, schedule interview through the process. Some of them will want to first psych you by, first of all, having a WhatsApp call, or first of all, sending a mail and requesting one thing or the other. By the time you get a request or a schedule for interview, my dear, you have started the journey. You have definitely started the journey. It means your CV is getting attention. Do you understand? Now, that is why I told you your CV is the most important document you will ever need in this struggle to get work abroad. That is the first step. Then the second step you need to do is to find out websites you need to apply for a job. But before you find out this website to apply for a job, there are things you need to do in order to get your CV right. And what are those things? Find your strengths. I always tell people this. What you need to do is this. First of all, get information on most demand job in these countries you want to apply. For instance, in Finland, they need the most in-demand job. You can see welder, you can see caregiving. Do you understand? You can see cleaner. All those jobs are jobs that are in demand, and more of them that I may not even know. You understand? Chef, they are in high demand in Finland, Austria, Switzerland, Australia, and the rest of them. Even welding job, they are in high demand. And most of us some of us, maybe we studied administration, or maybe we studied biochemistry. We'll start looking for a job with that particular. No, my dear, if you want to penetrate, the secret is this. If you want to get into this country, why don't you bring yourself down? Get there first, and then know what else to do with the other qualifications you've gotten. It doesn't matter if you get there with a cleaner job. It doesn't matter if you get there with caregiving job or any other job that is in high demand that can pave the way for you. It doesn't necessarily matter. What matters is you are able to do this. You are able to get there. The main aim is to get there first. So now you streamline the skills in high demand, and then find where your what is it called? Find where your strength lies in. I'll use myself as an example. I studied public administration in the university. Now, after graduating, I have been applying for work. I have been applying for I've been applying to study abroad for the past 2 years. I graduated in 2017. Since 2017 to 2020, I was applying for me to get admission. Of course, I got it. I got 3 admissions from UK. I got 2 or 3 from Canada. I got from Dalhousie. I got from Regina University. I got from US. I got from Virginia Tech University in US. But after getting all this, there is where we all get stuck. That is the fund, the finance. We Africans don't have much in terms of funds. And for you to go through this process, you need a lot of funds. We don't have it already made. And that is where we find it difficult. That is where I find it very difficult. I even went as far as going to lend money from all the websites I know that lends money. You understand? It is very, very difficult. So when I found out that this route is not something I can go, but I thank God I did it, because admission is not difficult for any university I want to apply to now. To get admission, I know the secrets. I know how I can go about it. For me to get at least up to 3, 2, 1, at least 6 admissions, it means that I know what it takes to get admission. You understand? So in case you're looking for admission, I think in my next video I can do more about those that want to do the route of study. I can do if you have the money. Or if you don't have the money, work is the easiest for you to do. So what you do is, first of all, you know your strength in applying for this work. For instance, you have a skill. Whatever skill you have, it is very, very needed. Streamline your skills, your strengths, put it down in that particular CV, and start using the CV to make these applications. That is for that application. Then when you finish getting your CV, the next thing you do is sites and how to apply for a job. This is where the work comes in, another level of work. What sites do you apply to? When I was applying to Australia, New Zealand, the best site to apply for a job in this country is seek.com. There are other ones, but the best one for me that I use most, that is easier for me, is Seek. You go to seek.com, you even download their application. The application is very good. You set it up, whatever that is in your CV, try and set up that your Seek profile with your CV. Also upload your CV on it. That way it will be easier. You can even apply for 50 jobs in one day with Seek if you have set up your profile. So after Seek, if you are applying for jobs in you can also use Indeed, but Indeed works best if you are applying for jobs in Canada. If you're applying for Canada, in fact, all those countries, you can use them to apply, but I'm just telling you the ones I prefer. Now, you can use Seek, you can use Indeed, but the most important tool for searching for job in anywhere, anytime, any day, and make recruiters to find you easily is LinkedIn. If you don't have a LinkedIn account, I will advise you go and create it. My next, I think I'll be doing a video on how to upgrade your LinkedIn, how to draft your LinkedIn profile, how to set it up, and also a secret of how to even use the premium service in LinkedIn, because the premium service is the service you're going to be using, and then have all the features you need to get job faster and easy. So I'm going to be doing that. So I don't want this video to be too long. I'll be cutting it very soon. So another thing is what you need to do. That is your CV. I've said that. What website you need to do. I've also how to make job recruiters to find you easily. Now that is the point I am on. Setting up your profile in all these job websites I've told you about. Now the secret to getting more attention is not just applying. In every job, in most 80% of the job posted, at the downside of the job description and details about the job, you will see where the contact of the recruiter or the company is placed there. Either they will give you their email, their website, and their phone number. If you want to get it faster, my dear, go through this route I'm going to tell you now. Copy that email address and send a direct mail to them. It's a secret. Most people don't do it. You just apply. That way you get ahead of so many other people who just submitted their application. Just throw the application to them. I got job in Finland today is because of this process. After applying, I copied the email of the job recruiter and send her a mail. That time I don't even know it's a female, so I just used the SR. After the introductory part of it, the content of the mail was an inquiry mail. Do you understand? I sent an inquiry mail. Listen to what I'm telling you now. You don't send an application mail first. In some, except the recruiter said you should send application through this mail. Me, I did not send application mail. But sometimes I use one stone and kill two birds. I can make it to be application while it is also inquiry. That's why I said I will be sharing experiences I have passed through, experiences I've already accumulated, which will help you. You don't need to apply for the number of jobs I apply in order for you to get responses like me. Now, what I did was I copied it. The content of the mail I sent them was I'm so and so person. I saw so and so job opportunity in your company, and I would like to know if you find somebody who have the qualification, who have the skill, who have the experience, who is capable to handle this job, but the person is a foreign applicant. Does the person have chances of applying for this job? And do you take foreign applicants? If so, I am asking this question because I am a foreign applicant. I have this qualification. I have more than this year of experience you listed here, and I'm very confident that this job is what I can do perfectly well if given the opportunity. So I would like to know if I have chances. I would also like to attach a copy of my resume for more details. Are you seeing that? It's now like an application, but it's not an application. So in some of them, I will say, okay, I can send in my CV on demand if you need to know more about me. Do you understand? This is what I normally do. Send them the direct mail and they will respond to you. Now, when you do this, you get a response. Definitely. It's either we are not taking or we are taking. If we are taking, you are a step ahead of others. When I did mine to Finland, they responded to me. The lady responded to me and asked me to send my CV to a provided mail she sent to me. Are you getting something here? It's not as if I did not apply for this job. I have applied and sent my CV. Now she's still requesting for my CV, which means that the application I've made, she either have not seen it or they did not take cognizance of it. Maybe they threw it away. Now she's now requesting for that CV again. Now I didn't hesitate. I just sent my CV to her. Others were just stories. After that, she called me on video call on WhatsApp, asking me so many questions. Then scheduled an interview as well. We did the interview. The rest is just a story. They gave me a contract, and that was how I got the Finland job and started processing my resident permit and all that, which I have finished and it has been approved. Now this same story can be yours. So In my next video, join me. I'll be sharing more details. I just need you to follow me, like, share, and comment on this particular video. That is the only thing you can do for me as I give you more information and more details. And if you need more information, any angle, any topic that you may want me to cover, anything, any questions you have from me, just please write it on the comment section. I'll go through it and also give you a reply. Thank you so much for joining me today. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Please subscribe. You can find me on YouTube at King's Consult. You can also find me on TikTok at King's Consult. You can also find me on Facebook at King's Consult. And I pray that as you continue to follow this page, you will definitely achieve your aim of traveling abroad. I promise to give in everything I can. It may take me time for me to get to where I am today, but if you keep following me, I promise you that the information I'll be unleashing will help you to get it faster. If it took me 2 years, definitely it may take you 1 month or 2 months, and I promise you that. Thank you so much for following.